Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of In the Car with Kurt. As always, I'm your host, Kurt. If you couldn't figure that out, given the fact that the show is called In the Car with Kurt, and we are in the car. So yeah, anyway, what I'd like to talk about today is something that happened last night on Raw. So, basically, we had a segment where the Good Brothers, Anderson and Gallows, went and had a little backstage talk with AJ Styles, and it started off all buddy-buddy, but then AJ was just kind of made a bunch of points about how, oh, I miss the old Gallows and Anderson. I miss the old one. I miss Anderson and Gallows from in Japan, ruthless and aggressive. You guys just gotten comfortable. And when was the last time you guys even won a match? Like, he was just kind of like, he was talking shit, but in a nice way. My camera's getting all wonky here, man. You have to excuse me. So anyway, this got them fired up, and they were facing the quote-unquote best team around right now, or something to that effect, the Usos. Which, don't get me wrong, I love the Usos. They're great. And they were doing, like, the the Good Brothers. The Good Brothers, Brotherhood would be a really pretty good name for a stable. Anyway, the Good Brothers, Anderson and Gallows, they were doing really well. And then, Usos kind of got one up on them, and they stepped it up again. They started just knocking them. But then, I believe it was Carl Anderson got a little cocky, started taunting, and because of that, they lost the match. Now, there's rumors that Anderson and Gallows are wanting to leave, and I'm not sure if anything's been finalized. So maybe this is all just wishful thinking and BS. But I don't think that anything's been set in stone with them yet. So maybe this is the WWE trying to get them in the middle of something. But what I could see happening, what I'd love to see happen from all of this, is AJ Styles teams up with the Good Brothers, and they bring back the club. I know they teamed with Finn Balor for a little while, too sweet action, and that's great. I think that Anderson and Gallows are good. They just don't get utilized like a lot of people on the roster. They recycle a lot of old matches. That's why we've seen Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns face each other 532 times. I'm not even excited for that match at Stomping Grounds this weekend. I'm not at all, because I've seen it a million times before. The only thing that changes is sometimes Drew wins, sometimes Roman wins. And just like, we've seen this. Come on, guys. Stop. But anyhow, like Seth facing Baron Corbin, nobody wants to see that match, and we already got that match. Why are we seeing it again? There's a lot of talent that's not being utilized, and I feel like they need to do something about that. Switch some things up. You got a 3-hour show on Raw. There's stuff you could be doing besides these stupid backstage Shane McMahon parties and stuff. Like, it's stupid. Stop it. Stop this wild card BS too. Anyway, I'm trailing off really bad. What we could see is the club getting together. Get AJ Styles, Anderson and Gallows, and what we do is we have Roman Reigns and the Usos, which has been like teased and whatnot left and right. We could have Roman and the Usos team up, and we'd have the Bloodline. So you'd have the Bloodline, the Samoans, versus Anderson and Gallows and AJ Styles, the club. And, oh, God, that would be, I'm going to play a little word game here where it's going to be too sweet. But anyway, I think that'd be a really good match. I'd love to see that. And I was talking about this with a friend of mine at work. Obviously, it wouldn't happen because as of right now, it's just an NXT thing, but it would be cool to see that match take place in a War Games setting. I don't know how many of you guys are NXT fans or if you watch War Games, but I think that's a brilliant match setup. But, I'd take what's reasonable, what I can get right now. And what I can get right now would be a 3-on-3 tag match between the Bloodline and the club. And that would be awesome. It would be too sweet. It'd be great. And I think it'd just make for good television. I mean, the Usos always put on a good show. Roman does pretty good. AJ Styles, everybody. I mean, I like AJ Styles, but I kind of like, at the same time, I kind of don't. He's a wonderful performer. He's a phenomenal performer. And I think he does a great job at what he does. So, that being said, I think that could just be set up for a brilliant match that they aren't doing. Now, back to my rant about underutilization. I've said it before, you've got guys like EC3 and you got guys like EC3, Bobby Roode, Cedric Alexander. You got guys who are like really good, and you're just making them chase the 24/7 title around. I know it's a highly unlikely chance that the WWE or anybody associated with them in any professional capacity will ever see this video, but in the slightest, most faint chance that you would, come on, guys, just let's go. You guys are doing great. Like you guys need to be doing better. I almost said you guys are doing great. You're not doing great. You're doing okay. And with AEW looming on the horizon, I think this is a perfect opportunity. Like, I'm a fan of wrestling in general. I really am. But with AEW looming on the horizon, this could be the beginning of a Monday Night Wars sort of thing all over again. A lot of people who were around will tell you that the Attitude Era was one of, if not the best eras, and a good chunk of that was because of the Monday Night Wars. So if you have something to finally compete against again, and AEW is not slouching. I think if Double or Nothing showed anything, it's about that they have what it takes to put on a great show, and I don't think anybody was ever doubting it with Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho. I mean, Kenny Omega alone speaks volumes. So, and my camera just keeps getting all messed up here. So, anyway, that is all I really want to talk about today. Mostly, I didn't want to rant too much, but I was mostly getting on the whole Bloodline versus the Club idea. Tell me what you guys think of that match. What do you think would be good for it? Would you rather just see Anderson and Gallows gone? Or maybe split up and they go solo and see what they can do on their own? Let me know in the comments. Take it easy, guys.